Hi there, Rachael-Jayne Groover here, and welcome to Awaken TV. And I am in the same predicament this week as I was last week. And thank you for so many compliments I had. I've never had so many comments and compliments about my closet video last week. And it was because I didn't have time. I was just about to get on a plane and come to do Art of Feminine Presence. And I made the point last week that you do not have to be perfect. If you have just a little bit of time for something that you need to do for your business or your family, it does not have to be done perfectly. And of course, as life has it, I get the most amount of comments versus our nicely, wonderfully done Awaken TV videos. Well, I put myself in the same situation. And the reason why I put myself in the same situation is because we started our Art of Feminine Presence weekend and teacher training on Friday night last week, and for actually Friday morning, and I just completed day 6 of level 1 teacher training, and I came back to the hotel room here in Southern California in the Santa Ana area going, oh my gosh, I've got to shoot a blog post for tomorrow. Has anyone been in that experience recently? You're just like, thought you were done and then you're not done. But luckily I had my trusty thought of it doesn't have to be perfect. And so what I wanted to talk about today was something that came up at the event, the training, quite a few times. And it was around this word authentic. So what does authentic really mean? You have to beware of the word authentic. You have to beware of the word and how you use it, and beware of the way other people use it. This is if you are truly on a path of spiritual awakening and having your life be in so much less resistance to the flow that it's wanting to take you to, the amazing things that are in your future, but you're sort of holding on to control and not allowing the flow in your life. So authentic is a word that I use, but I use it very sparingly these days because it is so misinterpreted. So why am I telling you to beware of the word authentic? Well, most people describe somebody as authentic when they are just being themselves, right? They're just so authentic to who they are. And that's fine, that's great. People just get a sense of who's authentic. But when you say to yourself, well, that's just me being authentic, that's when you need to be aware of how you're doing that, because you might go, well, that's just how I am. And anytime you say, well, that's just how I am, that's just me being authentic, or someone gives you some coaching or a challenge or something in a workshop, which I did many times this week, and people say, oh, but that's not authentic, that's not me. That is them saying that that's not their personality. And the personality is usually ego-based. Not that ego is bad at all, but it is ego-based, and it's about putting themselves in a box that's been created through habitual pattern. Right? Oh, it's not authentic for me to be, louder and seen. I'm more introverted. I could say that, but it's in our nature to be all of it. We are all of it. So when you say that's not me and my authentic nature, and you're pushing something away, you are keeping yourself in a box, and you're thinking that it's about authenticity, and it really is about your personality ego that's created a pattern that has kept you safe and secure for the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years. So what really is authenticity? Authenticity is range. Authenticity truly gets transmitted from someone when they feel full range of expression, or pretty close to full range of expression, meaning you get the sense that they are really in love with all the different parts of themselves, that they don't put themselves in a box, that they're not like, oh, I'm just this way, or no, I'm not like that, I'm like this. they really feel they've done their work to be able to express a lot of parts of humanity in them. Think about it, the people that you feel as most authentic. Just bring them to mind right now. Who do you feel is most authentic? And then look at, they're willing to share a lot of different parts of themselves. Usually their vulnerability, their brilliance, their goofiness, their emotion, their opinions, their bossiness and authority about things, their opinion, it's a range. So if you're wanting to come across more authentic, which in quotes is a great thing to do, you've got to stop saying, that's just not me in my authenticity. That just doesn't feel authentic to me. You have to stop saying that, because you're not saying that just isn't authentic to me. You're saying, I would prefer to stay in the personality ego that has been created over the last 30 or 40, 50 years because it keeps me safe and I don't want to go out of that box. So where is your edge? Where is the range that you're not expressing? Are you allowing your authority to really be in your expression? Are you allowing your goofiness, your playfulness, your innocence, your heart, your smarts, allowing all of that to be present? Or are you shutting down some of that to make people like you or feel safe in relationship or be liked when you get up on stage? So how do you relate this to life? Well, there's plenty of ways, relationships, business, all of that. But we just had a speaker training as part of the teacher training. And it's one thing that we always talk about in speaking, because if you want to show up on stage and get past just the templates and the pitches and all that, and you really want to have a strong connection with your audience and create a whole new conversation in your industry, or be able to get on a video and share so people watch and that you're compelling, you have to work on your range. You know, if you're a one-note wonder and you got one way of talking and that's all you do, people might get attracted in the beginning, but it sort of gets boring. It gets like, okay, that's how they talk, you know? So you've got to be, you get more compelling when you share all sorts of things and keep people guessing. And that's the way it needs to be on video or speaking. So what parts of yourself do you not want to show if you got up and spoke to a group of 20 or 50 or whatever is your edge? Write those down. What are the qualities you're like, nope, I would be embarrassed to bring that up on stage? And what are the qualities that you're like, yeah, that feels easy for me because you've been saying it's my authentic self? And Dada and I, we said many times, like, we want you to be this, and people go back, well, that's not my authentic self. That's just not how I am. And we say, no, that's just the part of humanity and the part of you that you haven't felt safe to go into. But when you have the courage to go to new explorations in yourself, you become extremely compelling and extremely magnetic. So our resource of the week is for you Aussies or anyone in the Southern Hemisphere close enough to Melbourne, because we are doing this work in Melbourne, October 2021, 22 at Awaken Your Impact. If you're a business owner, if you've been a hobbyist dabbling a little bit and scared of really, you know, putting yourself out there, or you've got a very successful business, but you want to take it to the next level and you want to be masterful on stage, you want to be great on video, you want to excel and not just double your income, but 10 times your income over the next few years. You are ready to do some personal work to stop the fear that keeps showing up and stopping you. It is a holistic approach to you becoming a thought leader. And we have some scholarships still available for those that want to join us in Melbourne. So I'll post the link below. It's awakenyouриmpact.com/scholarship/Melbourne. My hometown is our next stop on our tour. I'm really excited to see my family and my friends and colleagues and team down there. It is an incredibly life-changing 3-day experience, and feel free to pass this on to anyone that is really committed to their own personal growth. They are committed to their spiritual awakening and raising the consciousness of them first and then the planet. And they have a message to share, but it's not getting out to as many people as they want. That we can help them reach even more people and make even more money and be even more compelling in their message. So if that sounds good, check out the dates and check out the calendar and all of that very, very soon. It's just around the corner at Awaken Your Impact. Thanks again for letting me just do this on the fly. I've left the others packing up in the room. I'm going to go help them now and have a wonderful dinner tonight to celebrate the 6 days. If you were at the Southern California Art of Feminine Presence, thank you so much for being there. It was an incredible experience. I will remember it for a long time. Thank you for jumping into the fire, going into the work, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Everybody, have a wonderful week. Talk to you later. Bye.